Okay, so I guess the title, I'm still a young player myself, so there's plenty of traps for me to fall into. A bit of an introduction about what I do. I'm an occupational hygiene consultant, but I get to do quite a lot of things, and one of those things is training and delivery of OHTA courses and also internal training for our people. And that takes me to a lot of different places, including the consulting work that I do all around Australia, but home for me is Tasmania. And here I am at home, in my home office, all on my own, except for my cat. And that's where I do a lot of my, my report writing and phone support to our technicians and reviews of reports. And but traps for young players, certainly in my early career, and I'm sure I still fall into a few now, but there are all sorts of complexities and nuances to what we do. And here's some examples of those. Certainly I fell into this trap very early as a technician taking dust samples. Yeah, of course they're wearing their pump. Meanwhile, back in the lunchroom, there's their pump sitting there while the workers are out in the dust. So observation, I learnt very early on that taking observations was far more important than actually collecting a sample or taking a measurement. And I'm sure anyone who's taken a dust sample has experienced this as well, where you have your sample and there's all sorts of things in there that really didn't get there out of the air. Method selection is another challenge for young hygienists. There are many methods out there for even the same contaminants, and why you would be sampling for a particulate acid mist when with a gas sampling method. Also with asbestos. Very early on, I thought I was excellent at visually identifying asbestos until I discovered that they put asbestos in HardyFlex in the mid-1980s, and that really threw me out. And certainly for the young hygienists out there, the Google effect is a bit of a trap. There's a huge amount of information out on the internet, as we all know, and only such a small amount of it is relevant and useful to us. So another trap that I'm sure I'm preaching to the converted with this is that the tendency to focus on what we do well and taking measurements and focusing on the evaluation, sometimes at the peril of the broader picture and the recognition and control. So in a confusing landscape of lots of different sources of information and different challenges and different priorities, right in the middle of there, protecting worker health is the priority that we need to keep our focus on. And for me, the mentors that I've had have certainly helped me maintain that focus. And I think that's where mentors, for me, have been of the greatest benefit, where it just helps to cut back on a lot of the extraneous information and really nail down what we actually need to do. Although gaining advice from other people can be fraught with peril, we need to find a good mentor, and perhaps the best way to do that is to look out for how to spot a bad one. I'd have to say I'm lucky that I haven't had any experiences like that, but we need to be realistic. We need to have realistic expectations about other people, because at the end of the day, no matter how experienced we are and how knowledgeable we are, we're all just monkeys wearing shoes. So, which means we need to think critically, and my mentors certainly helped me to develop a critical eye and to be able to critique information. And a good mentor will certainly not expect you to take everything that they say as gospel. We need to think critically for ourselves. And for me, as I've now got 10 years of experience under my belt, I feel that I'm beginning to get to the point where I can start to teach other people. And that's really where, for me, it really helps me learn. And last week in Christchurch, a bunch of very keen individuals involved in the demolition process in that city that's going on and cleaning up the asbestos. And I wouldn't be able to do that, and I wouldn't be able to deliver training courses and help the other people in our company if it wasn't for the mentors that I had. So I certainly credit to Caroline Langley and Martin Bradfield for being there and for developing me. So I hope this has inspired you to seek out mentors. We all have something to learn, and everyone has something that they can teach you, or to be a mentor and try to be a good one.